69. Offense. He was giving them the business. Go back there. Hold on.
This is the Five Arms and a Lucky Finn podcast.
Welcome to the Five Arms and a Lucky Finn podcast. I am your host, Brendan McCormick, with my co-host, David Soloway. He is for the people. The people are for him. And David, you're the Michigan Wolverines, not your Michigan Wolverines.
No.
The Michigan Wolverines have won the national championship in college basketball, with Dusty May bringing in the first championship since, I believe, 39 years for the amazing Blue. What a turnaround Dusty May has done for the Wolverines, and what a miss of a hire the Hoosiers could have had. Keep thinking about it. But what is your takeaway of this Dusty May performance?
I mean, just a masterclass all season long. We talked about them from the Players Era tournament back in November, Feast Week. They were beating everybody by 40. They did it all year. Their 3 losses were all close games. One was to Duke. Another was to Purdue, who was a 2 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Just one of the most dominant teams of the 21st century, most dominant champions. And they cap it off with a win over UConn when UConn was going for a dynasty. They had a chance to win that game and win 3 out of 4 and cement themselves as the – I mean, when's the last time we had a dynasty in college basketball? We had a chance. UConn couldn't pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, what Dan Hurley did, though, can't discredit the guy, man. I mean, he just finds ways in March to win. Yes, he didn't win a championship. Dusty May obviously won. Not trying to take anything from what May has done this year. That Michigan team was absolutely loaded, though. I mean, we knew that coming into it. They went in the portal, spent their money, but I also think if you look at Dusty May and you look at Hurley, they're easily top 5 of the best college basketball coaches right now.
Yeah, I think that's easy to say when their teams were in the national championship. They've been in 2 out of the last – well, Hurley's been in 3 out of the last 4 Final Fours. May's been in 2 out of the last 4 because Florida Atlantic was there in 2023. So, yeah, these guys have cemented themselves as the top of the coaching profession in college basketball. And I don't see either one of these teams going away anytime soon. UConn might not have the best regular season every year, and I think this year showed that. The year they won their first national championship under Hurley showed that. But when they get to play teams in the non-conference, in the tournament setting, they show up.
What juju is that, though? This UConn team lost to Marquette.
I think it's just getting out of conference play. I think that really is the thing. UConn has been great in non-conference the past 4 years, ever since they really started this run to the top of the sport.
Right.
They get beat up in the Big East, and we know the Big East isn't like the best conference, obviously.
Right.
They only had 3 teams make the tournament this year, but it's a lot of teams that play physical style of ball, and that can wear you down over a season. So then you get to see some fresh teams, some fresh looks in the tournament, and I think it opens them up to go on streaks like this.
I also think it's just a tribute to Hurley and his staff. I think he's
100%.
very great at preparation, and he's very great with matchups, and he's great at breaking down film and seeing what your weakness is and attacking that. So Hurley is just, to me, I'm really high on Hurley. Like, obviously, it's easy to say that after the success he's had the past several seasons, but I mean, he just wins. Like, I really like whoever he has on his, like, granted, he has talent on his roster. It's not like he has.
Yeah, but the talent on this team wasn't spectacular.
No, not. Years past it was a lot better than this year.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the
mean,
2024 team was absolutely loaded. 23,
yeah,
I think we could still argue that's the worst of his 3 teams to
yeah,
make it to the championship game. But
you could argue that. You could argue that. But yeah, just what Hurley's building is just insane. But diving into the Michigan Wolverines, David, I mean, Lindeborg gets banged up with his knee, and he still plays. And I would say he's probably 60%, 65%. He didn't look like the same Lindeborg that could easily take over games. And then Tim talking about maybe doing more damage to his knee. I mean, just the courage and willpower it shows to play like that at a high level is honestly just a true testament to who he is, the grit that he has. So that was really
yeah,
cool.
in a season where we had Darren Peterson refuse to play basketball, Lindeborg strains his MCL in the Final Four. His agents,
Yeah.
his family tell him, do not play. It's not worth it. Do not play, especially in the Arizona game. They were up 30 at the time. They told him, do not
Mhm.
play. And he said, no, screw that. I'm playing basketball. And that's all we wanted to see out of DNP this year.
Yeah.
That's the toughness you want. And we can, I mean, you can argue whether Lindeborg's the leader of Michigan, but he's the most senior player there. He's a 60-year
Yeah.
guy. He's 24 years old, grown a lot over his career in college basketball to where he's going to be an NBA player, pretty
Yeah.
easily.
Mm-hmm.
And he was willing to put his body on the line for the team. And you gotta give him props for that.
Yeah, no, definitely. Some unique stats, David. I'm gonna provide them real quick because I love a good Opta stats.
Yeah, you
breakdown. And shout out Opta stats. If you guys don't follow them on X, give them a follow. I just love statistics and then breaking it down. But in the NCAA tournament, teams are 1-50 all time when scoring under 70 points, shooting under 40% from the field, shooting under 15% from three, and 15 plus attempts, and getting out rebounded. The one win was by Michigan for the national championship.
Yeah, as we were talking about pre-show, I think Michigan played a C-level game. And I thought UConn got exactly what they wanted. They wanted to muck it up. They wanted to keep Michigan's big men kind of under wraps, which they did with Lindeborg and Mara. Johnson had a really good game. But even then, Michigan played a C game and came out on top. And I think that just goes to show how great of a team they were.
I mean, yeah. I mean, all season, man, just domination. I mean, the length that they've had, and then also the athleticism, but also like not being complacent in certain times throughout the game. There was several games that Lindeborg talked about, especially during the Iowa game, where they kind of slowed them down a little bit, and Michigan just found ways to win throughout the tournament and throughout the season. It's just whatever other teams try to do, they tried true to what they were: fast pace, high scoring, and I mean they put the beat down on some teams. So
yeah, and a lot of people talked about their offense. Their defense was number one in the country. During the tournament, they held every team under 70 points other than Arizona, I guess. Oh,
yeah.
Howard may have scored like 80. That was a 116 game, though.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
their defense is like, yes, their offense was great. Great shooting. The big men down low. Don't turn the ball over too much. But the defense is really what carried them. Being able to play those three big men at the same time, a lot of times, you don't see that a lot in basketball these days. But they were able to do it mostly because Lindeborg and Johnson, both very athletic, able to guard the 3 and the 4. And then you got the big guy down low, Mara. But a very unique roster construction, and it worked. It worked perfectly. The pieces fit together as well as they could.
David, speaking of portal, there's already, I believe, 1,200 players in the portal. Yeah,
it opened 21 hours ago.
That's just absolutely insane to me. Absolutely insane. I can't blame them. I'm not blaming them one bit. I'd probably hop in there too to see, what people are trying to offer me.
That's 25% of every player in college basketball. And I'm not even factoring out seniors. So it's probably closer to a third.
That's just that would give me so much anxiety of me not knowing where I'm going.
Oh, yeah, dude. A lot of those
Like-
guys, too. I guess I don't want to say a lot. There's guys at the bottom of that list who might not find an opportunity anywhere.
And they're done.
Well, they could go D2, D3, NAIA, but yeah, they're not getting paid. They probably entered the
No.
portal thinking, I'm going to go get paid. Nope, you're not getting paid.
Yeah. It's not always glorious as it looks.
It's not
But-
always as glorious as it looks, but sometimes it is as glorious as it looks, and Michigan showed that. Starting
Yeah.
lineup full of transfers.
I think also too though, you have to find the right players that can gel. Like,
Oh,
yeah, you
100%.
can go
It's
get the
more
top
about that.
players. Yeah.
It's more about that than getting guys 1 through 7 in the portal rankings, because the portal rankings are all BS. Part of that is
Yeah.
the guys at the top of the rankings are good, but they're just there to get a check. Flory Badunga, I'm not going to say he's just there to get a check, but let's say he signs somewhere. Actually, I'm gonna take his name out of this.
Okay.
Kansas State the past 2 years.
Okay.
2 years ago, they paid Coleman Hawkins $2 million.
Oh, that's a great
Great
example.
player
Yeah.
from Illinois.
Yeah.
But if you put him in a system like Kansas State, where you're not surrounding him with the same talent and the same system,
Yeah.
he doesn't flourish. This year, PJ
No.
Haggerty, they get from Memphis. They pay him $2+ million. How'd that go? Jerome Tang got fired midseason. Just
Yeah.
because you're paying the top guys and getting the top guys does not make it a successful portal
No.
season. And you're going to see rankings that come out at the end of this portal, like these are the top 5 teams in portal transfer rankings. It doesn't matter. We'll see when the season starts next year how these teams actually work on the court. Because I agree with you. When you're getting all these players together, it's a lot more about chemistry and fit than it is just getting the most talented guys. It's great to get 1 or 2 really, really talented guys, and Michigan
Yeah.
obviously has that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But it's also a lot about the fit.
Yeah, it's just a new world of college sports, David. Like when someone enters the portal, like I'm almost like numb. Like I'm just like, oh yeah, like great, cool.
Yeah,
Saw
I
it
mean,
coming.
even players who are very successful at well-performing schools, Flora Badunga, just enter the portal now. It doesn't matter that you're well-established with a team who's already good. You just go chase a bag.
The crystal ball on Flory though is a good old Texas Tech Red Raiders, and supposedly he was asking $5 million. David was the going price for Flory.
I don't doubt that. Yeah,
But
we'll see.
Why would Tech need him? Like I don't.
Why not? They're all about just using that oil money to pay guys. Why? They're all, like I just said, they're all about using that money. Who's their quarterback next year?
Brendan Sorsby.
Is that guy worth the money they paid him?
No.
No.
No. I mean, we both know that.
They don't care, dude. They're going after the top targets. They're just there to spend money.
I just
You get a donor in your ear who's going to give you $5 million. If he gets in the coach's ear and says, "Hey, I'll give you $5 million, but only if you go get this player," what's
I
the
don't know if
coach
he's-
going to do?
I don't know if you saw it on X too, but Cody Campbell, the big donor for Tech, got into it with the Big 12 commissioner, and I'm just like, oh Lord, like the commissioner doesn't realize who Cody Campbell is. Like this dude.
Oh, I'm sure he knows. I'm sure he knows.
I don't know, dude. They got into an argument. Cody Campbell had to clear it up basically on X, saying like, no, I don't agree with playing a Friday night game on the Big 12 level, which I agree. I mean, and I know where he's coming from. He's basically saying that Friday nights is made for Texas high school football. Like it's huge here.
Yeah,
You know
it
that.
absolutely is. But
Yeah.
there's so much money in college sports that it is steamrolling high school sports at this point. So there's nothing you can do about it. And he's part of the reason that there's so much money in college sports. So that's hypocritical to me.
It's a very, very, very little hypocritical there. Oh, can't even talk. Hypocritical. Fuck. But no, I definitely agree. And UNC, David, we both texted about this, made a very, what do you want to say, unique coaching hire? Out of
Unique,
left
yeah.
field coaching hire. There were reports, David, that Ben McCollum instantly shot down the interview for North Carolina. He is loyal to the Iowa Hawkeyes. Didn't even entertain it, is what some reports said from that.
That's not what I saw.
What'd you say?
Yeah, I saw that he was in communication with them, and then they wanted him to interview Sunday, and he turned that down. We don't know why he turned that down. It may have been that he thought they were going to go a different direction, so he didn't want to waste his time and make it look as if he was trying to leave Iowa.
Gotcha. That's interesting. I heard it the other way.
Yeah, I think I saw.
I don't know who it's
Matt
from.
Norlander from CBS reported that he was talking to them and then just didn't accept the interview invite, which I don't think we know exactly why. McCollum's obviously going to frame it as, I didn't want to leave Iowa. I was never going to talk to them. His agent and him were absolutely back channeling.
You can literally tell your agent, no, don't even entertain that.
Right. They were entertaining it. They were talking.
Yeah.
So he's framing it that way, and I think that would have been a way better hire.
Way better.
Michael Malone, wild. Absolutely wild.
Where do they even go to think that this was a good idea?
I think it was a panic move.
Portal
opened at midnight last night. So they had to get someone in the door. And the portal's only open for 15 days this year. It's not the long extended one, and players can no longer transfer outside of the portal window.
Oh, that's huge.
So you had to have a coach at some point as this opens. And apparently Billy Donovan was in talks, but he didn't want to leave the Bulls until the end of the season. Well, the season ends in 10 days.
Right.
So that, it would have been a tight timeline there. But
yeah,
it's just a weird hire. It's just really strange. It reeks as if they struck out on every one of their top targets, like 1 through 10. And so then they were like, we got to find a guy who doesn't have a job right now. This guy, he was good in the NBA. We'll pick him. And now UNC is going into next year with their football coach being Bill Belichick, and who was fired from the Patriots and then spent some time in media, and Michael Malone, who was fired by the Denver Nuggets last year.
It's just UNC is definitely trending down with these hires. The
craziest thing too, I looked it up yesterday because I heard recently when the Hubert stuff was going down that their athletic director was retiring this summer at the end of the school year. That's true. So then I was like, is he the one leading this coaching search? Turns out he was co-leading it with the AD who's coming in to replace him. Which I think that's an issue to have a guy on the way out making the hire in the first place or having any say in it. Yeah. But the guy who's coming in to be the AD spent the last 15 years as the president of a NASCAR team.
Hey.
What does a guy like that know about hiring a basketball coach?
Michael Jordan's in NASCAR now, too.
They should have hired Michael Jordan.
Do you think he'd want that?
No, of course. No.
Yeah. I mean, no, he ain't gonna. I was about to say.
But this is just such a strange hire, man.
We talked about it on other episodes, how they're all about family. They keep things in the family. It's been passed to former players or people on the coaching staffs. I mean, North Carolina doesn't just hire a coach for 3 years. They hire a coach for 5 to 10 years, even longer. Like the North Carolina job is not rarely open with Duke as well.
Duke's never been open.
Well,
North
that's
Carolina's
what I mean.
Been open 5 times in the past 25 years.
Yeah,
Roy took it around like 2000, and then so I guess 5 times in the last 30 years, probably, because they had 2 guys before him. Between him and Dean. But
Dean, Mr. Dean. But
I want you to tell me what what primarily NBA coach has ever gone to college basketball and succeeded?
I mean, zero. Zero.
I think the closest example would be Juwan Howard.
Oh no.
They were good his first couple years.
He inherited that roster.
Exactly. Thank you. That's a
He
John
inherited
Beeline.
it.
That is a John
Yeah.
Beeline led Michigan basketball
That's
team.
not.
But I think that's
Howard.
the only even close comparison. And then, once he lost Beeline's players, he fell off completely. And then he punched
Completely
him.
off the
He
rail.
slapped a man in the face.
Yeah, I was about to say. I saw that highlight today, and I'm like, "What is this?" I totally forgot about that.
Did you really?
Oh yeah,
Oh man,
I mean,
that's always at the front of my mind.
I saw a TikTok of like basically where Michigan basketball was
Sure.
and where it is
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
That was like a reel, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I forgot that happened." Like, I mean, it's
Only
not,
a few years ago.
I know. Slapped a grown ass man.
Sure did. Because he was mad about a timeout. Get over yourself, buddy.
I'm like, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are?
Yeah, insane.
So many great moments though this college basketball season, David. Like the North Carolina game winner against Duke. You know, the high prolific scoring freshman with DeBonza, Acuff, and I could go down the list, Wilson and everyone else, Boozer. I mean, just what a season. I mean, really.
Yeah, great season. So many great moments. Like you said, the year of the freshman. It's going to be hard to have a freshman class who lives up to this one for a while because this one was really special. I'm actually excited for the NBA draft for once. I will never watch the NBA after the draft, but I'm excited to see where these guys go because there's just so many big name freshmen.
We'll talk about it though.
Of course, we'll talk about it. Yeah, and I'm gonna watch the NBA playoffs. I will always watch the NBA playoffs. I will never watch the NBA regular season because it's a joke of a product.
Listeners and viewers, we're not very much pro sports, but we will.
I'll watch pro sports. I'll watch the playoffs. I promise you, I'll watch the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, I will too. I mean,
the finals last year were awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the NBA playoffs are different because, like, truly they do care at that point.
Yeah, and they don't during the regular season, which is a problem. They have to do something. We used to love the NBA. The NBA,
we did.
The NBA growing up, and college basketball was awesome then too. But the NBA growing up was incredible.
Oh man,
and now it sucks. There's no reason to watch a regular season game. I used to love throwing on TNT midweek. Watching an NBA game, man. Those days are gone.
But
I can't wait to see Darius Acuff leading the Timberwolves in the playoffs in 3 years. I can't wait.
Man, I think that's what I'm most excited about moving forward for college basketball and the NBA is this class. I think this class is so special. And what I mean by special is it's just really so unique and different. Like, it's very rare. Like, this freshman class brought so much to college basketball this season. And I think that's part of what made it so great. Like, a big part of it, actually, not just a little bit.
Think about the different types of players we had, too. It wasn't just a bunch of scorers or a bunch of great big men. No, you had Boozer, who's a double-double machine. You had Peterson, who's a great scorer but refuses to play basketball. You had Debanza, who can do everything, and he's a great scorer. Acuff, one of the best point guards we've seen in college basketball in a long, long time, but can also put up 36. Caleb Wilson, not really a shooter, but he's a slasher, dunker, loves to break his hand. You know, a lot of different type of freshmen, and then you got other guys who are going to come back and going to still make a mark on the sport. We talked about Ibuka Okori really early in the season.
We did.
He's undersized, so he's absolutely not going pro. But
is he in the portal?
No, I don't think so. I think he's staying. Okay. He apparently wants the Stanford degree. I think that's kind of part of it.
Wow.
Really, really smart kid. So that makes sense. Okay. But he could average 25 next year and be in National Player of the Year running. Like, he was incredible this year as a freshman. I'm sure there's other ones around the country that I'm not even thinking about. We had a guy like Wagler come out of nowhere for Illinois, and he's going to be a
Yep.
top 10 pick in the draft. Like, what a year. I agree with you. We had buzzer beater at North Carolina. We had the Mullins shot against Duke in the tournament. We
High
had
Point.
High Point. Yep. We had Kansas on Big Monday. When Kansas was up and down all year, you could count on them on Big Monday at home, coming out and beating anybody in the country.
Yeah.
What a year.
That's why I don't think this. That's why I think this year showed me that like NIL can't completely ruin college
Agree.
basketball.
Totally agree.
Yeah, it's gonna shift it and try to form it the way it wants to, but I don't think it's ever gonna take away how great college basketball is. Like,
Yeah,
at
I
its
was talking to a friend at work about this today.
Yeah.
Even with all the off the field and off the court stuff that has
Yeah.
happened in college basketball and football, even now to the literal court stuff, the Charles Bediako, the James Nagy in college basketball this year, even with all the crazy stuff, the portal, the NIL, this college football and basketball season, I think are as a whole might be the greatest year in
A long
my
time.
lifetime.
Yeah. I
And
was gonna
part of that
say-
might be that we're IU football fans, so we had a really, really good football year. But I even think the playoff was awesome all around. Ole Miss making a run, Miami finally being back, and then the tournament obviously wasn't great. We didn't have a bunch of Cinderellas, a bunch of upsets, but just the level of the sport right now, the level of the teams, I think it's in the best spot it's been in a long time.
I completely agree with you. Yeah, we might be a little biased, listeners and viewers of the football season, but I do agree with what you're saying with the playoff. I mean, there were great games.
Yeah,
there were great games that playoff, even from the
other than Texas Tech.
Yeah, I mean, I love Barron though. I'm sorry, everyone hates
Going
on
back
the
to
guy.
the Texas Tech quarterback situation.
I love Barron. Always got my heart, Barron. Always love you. I'll always protect you too. You did lead that team to a Big 12 championship and brought them to college football playoffs.
Yeah, he sure did in the worst conference in football.
Still did it, baby. You still did it. But I mean, no, I agree with you. Like, it's just NIL is always going to be a part of it. It just is. Whether certain things go through or not, it's going to be a part of it. I do think that there needs to be limitations to the portal. I do think if there's a coaching change or things like that, sure, hop in. Go where you need to go to flourish. And I think college football has shown that in a good way with, especially, I mean, I'm going to be biased with the JMU players that came to Indiana and then won a natty. Like, that just shows like, okay, these group of 5 players can play. They can play with the big boys in college football.
100%.
So, and you see
Yaxel
it,
Lindenborg in college basketball. I mean,
that's what I'm
he was the
saying,
Star
like-
of Michigan. Yeah.
and I think it's just so new and fresh right now that especially us fans of the sports of college football and college basketball just don't know how to, I don't want to say cope, but just don't know how don't know how to feel,
I agree. And people are inherently resistant to change.
Yeah.
And college sports have changed drastically since COVID.
Yes.
NIL basically started right after COVID. And since then,
Yeah.
the entire college sport landscape has changed. But sometimes change is good. And I think the change of NIL and the portal have led to the top end talent in college sports being better than it's ever been. That's why I say the level of play, I think, over the football and the basketball season, I think are the best ever.
Completely agree. Man, can't wait for next college basketball season. That's all I'm going to say. But stay tuned. We'll have some great content coming, guys. We'll have some golf stuff coming throughout the spring and the summer, and we'll continue to keep things rolling. But we'll also keep college football, probably hit that back up around August as well. So hang with us during the dead months. We'll make it fun. We're bringing back BS talk, so we're going to talk about some just random stuff that we're discussing and debating.
That's
So
right.
stay tuned. We appreciate your guys' support. Go to our Instagram, TikTok, 5ALF Podcast, and also X, 5ALF Podcast. And if you go to our YouTube, 5 Arms and Lucky Finn, make sure that you subscribe and watch our latest interviews. We have John Kaufman, Purdue Fort Wayne, Great interview with him. Drops analysis of what it's like to being a mid-major coach, and also NIL at a mid-major and how he has built a mid-major and had great wins. So check that out. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.